Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, to both of you, thank you for your continued service to our country. Ms. Sutton, look at air, land, sea, space, cyberspace. The next real conflicts that we're going to see will probably start with cyberspace activity. If you are confirmed, what will your priorities be as the Assistant Secretary of Defense for cyber policy?
Senator, thank you for the kind introduction this morning and for your leadership over the years on making sure that the department is appropriately postured for cyber and AI. As you mentioned, the cyber domain is continuing to evolve, and the one constant that I've seen in being involved in this domain for over 2 decades is that the rate of change is exponential. My top priority, if confirmed in this role, will be to address this change with speed and agility in the department. As you're well aware, in 2018, there was a series of activities that enabled the offensive posture that the department is undergoing today, both establishment by President Trump of NSPM 13, the process to do cyber operations, as well as this committee's definition of traditional military authorities for cyber. I believe we're at a point where we need to reevaluate those and make sure that we're postured to be able to respond to the increasing speed of cyber attacks and that we are able to address the incoming impacts of AI. To do that, my second and third priorities will be to make sure that we have the talent that we need to understand this dynamic environment and that we have the technologies and we're leveraging them quickly to respond to challenges like AI.
After having worked with you directly for about 4 years and the amount of knowledge that you have in this, I truly can't think of anyone who is more qualified for the position that you have been nominated for. And I look forward to not only supporting but helping you to get in and to get to work as soon as possible. Clearly, we need to be moving forward as quickly as possible with regard to our cyber capabilities, both offensively and defensively. And I thank you for stepping forward once again. Thank you. Mr. Tate, part of the opportunity that we have here is to ask questions regarding items of not only the regular Army, but also the National Guard. And I want to ask you a question about that, but I also, in listening to your comments earlier, I wanted to give you an opportunity to respond. I think the ranking member asked a very specific question regarding whether or not you felt that it would be necessary or would you consider banning To Kill a Mockingbird. And I know that as we work our way through these processes, sometimes it catches a person off guard. I wanted to give you an opportunity. I think it was a pretty specific question by the ranking member. And I think if you are comfortable with your answer, that's fine, but I think that will become the headline of the day will be that you did not specifically respond to that. I want to give you an opportunity to quell that if you would like. Would you
Senator,
like to make anything
absolutely.
on that?
I read To Kill a Mockingbird in high school, and I see no issue with To Kill a Mockingbird in schools. I'm not confirmed. I'm not in the position. I didn't make the decision, but certainly, if confirmed, I look forward to reviewing that and making sure that our students have access to a wide variety of materials that inform their learning.
Thank you. I just wanted to give you that opportunity to perhaps clarify that answer. So thank you.
It's a classic, and I read it, and my belief is that we should have To Kill a Mockingbird in schools.
Thank you. Let me talk about the National Guard for just a second. Given the National Guard's increased activity for both domestic and overseas missions, would you commit to fully funding their annual training requirements, even if it means diverting some resources from other locations?
Senator, I think Reserve and National Guard training is paramount. I was Executive Officer, Vice Chief Dick Cody, 04-05 when we were deploying National Guard and Reserve to and from Operation Iraqi and Enduring Freedom. We were moving some 350,000 troops either into combat or out of combat or training them. So having trained and ready forces is paramount, and certainly fully funding that training is part of being ready.
Fair to say that right now we really can't go to war unless we also enlist and engage our National Guard today.
I think that's an absolutely accurate statement. National Guard provides the combat support capability. The reserve provides that critical logistic capability. The total force is what makes us so lethal.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.